Hello and welcome to the YBC show today. Thank you all for watching the video and enjoying the content. We will give you guys future episodes soon, but in the meantime, enjoy today's episode.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of YB CEOs. Today, we're going to be touching on the subject of different techniques to handle stress and anxiety. Um, we'll discuss different ways that we have experienced things and just different ways to cope with any type of stress, anxiety, mental health issues that we may be facing. Just because we're dealing with not really new anymore, but just a different way of life, and we have to adapt it and grow through adversity. So, um, got some notes right here, but let's see. So, first thing that really helps me with dealing with stress and anxiety is to break it down. There's always a root of the problem. So it may be a problem, maybe a topic, an issue, anything, but there's always a root. So basically, you have to break it down into layers. Um, break it down to each individual layer, because when you break one thing down, it makes the bigger picture seem way less or way more manageable. You take things off the list, and each one you get closer to the root. So handle things one thing at a time, because we're all human and we can't take on so many things without, you know what I'm saying, without it being too much. There's a limit. So just limit yourself and be able to break things down to win small races for the marathon. So another technique that has helped me is breathing, yoga, and meditation. So being able to control your breathing is going to supply your brain with oxygen. Being able to zone out into that peace and that stillness within your mind, and being able to kind of step out of body and into your mind and play logical scenarios within your mind that would benefit you, instead of basically acting on emotion. Being able to see what would benefit you and see what would make you feel better, be able to analyze that in your mind and make it reality and put it out to the world, and that has helped me a lot. Another thing is to realize that life is a perception. Everything is a perception. So what people think of you, it's a perception. It's their views, and you can't do anything to change that, and that's not up to you to change that. So whatever you say you are, whatever you do, whatever however you act, that's your perception and that's your reality, and nobody else can change or nobody else can change your perception of yourself. um I would also say to just surround yourself with a positive environment, a positive community. You have to have people that are uplifting and that want to see you win and want to see you be the best version of yourself that you want to be, not that they want you to be. Um, People, friends, family, anybody that cares about you, make sure you surround yourself with them. It is okay to be by yourself, but it's love when there's love in the room and there's people in the room that care about you. So I would definitely say to let it out, talk it out, discuss with people who love you on what they can do to help you and what you can do to help yourself to make everybody's environment more peaceful, more enjoyable, more comfortable. Let's see what else I wrote down here. Normally I forget what I say, so I just gotta, make sure I got the notes out. Another thing that's helped me tremendously is just getting out in nature. Um, the sun provides us with vitamin D. It provides us with endorphins. When we get out and we breathe that oxygen, it gives us clarity. It gives us peace. It gives us the sense that we're one with the earth. We're one with the nature, and it just feels so relaxing and so peaceful. You just hear the wind, you hear the trees, and it's just you, your thoughts, and what God gave us. Which leads me to my next topic is to pray and to talk to God. I'm a firm believer in talking to God and telling him what you need, and he's gonna guide you in the right path and send people in your life and send opportunities in your life that you ask for. You just have to talk to him and tell him what you want. And I'm not saying it's all gonna be cupcakes and rainbows and easy, because it's not. Life is very, very tough. But it does help when you pray and when you talk and when you manifest things into this world. So um, that's pretty much it for me. If you have any questions, if you need anything, if you want somebody to talk to, feel free to reach out to myself, Mona, or DeMarco. We're here for you. We're here to grow and to develop into the best version of ourselves, like I said before. And like always, it's all love. I'll pass it over to Mona.
I love that. All those points were so good and so helpful. There's even a few more that I'm going to add into my routine as well. So thank you so much for sharing. So I'm definitely going to just dive into some of the things that have also helped me. Like previously, I went through really bad depression at one stage in my life where I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. Like it was just so many things going on in my outer reality that was really affecting me internally. So I had to find good ways to cope and like adapt with the changes so that I could heal myself, right? So when you are specifically, let's just basically go off anxiety first, and then I'll get into depression, because it's kind of like two different things in a sense. So sometimes when you have anxiety can come from like other people. Maybe it can be like a fear of speaking, or just certain things that really just build that up in you. So how I coped with my anxiety, for example, let's say it's social media, right? Because it's like a big platform that a lot of people are on that brings them anxiety. Let's say you're on social media and maybe you get anxiety when there's like a friend that pops up on your feed, and maybe you guys had like not a good ending or a bad ending or something like that. And so something that I learned is it's okay to mute people. It's okay to unfollow people. It's okay to remove that, right? Because you have to curate your feed. Also thinking about all the things that are negative that may bring you anxiety on your feed. You have the power to actually remove, block, unfollow, and, basically like creating your social media reality something so positive that helps you, so you're not tapping into that anxiety every time you see something on there that brings you anxiety, right? And then when it comes to depression, what I learned for me was really verbally expressing what was going on with myself, not necessarily to a person, but just journaling things out, writing things out, so I could have a clear vision of what was bothering me and what was going on, and it being such a safe place that there was no one judging or saying this or that, or like altering what I was actually feeling internally. I felt that was a really great form of releasing a lot of that stress, a lot of that anxiety, a lot of that depression, like all of those things. And so that's some of the techniques that you can use. And definitely just like giving yourself some type of affirmations that help yourself with lifting you up with what you're going through. Instead of like beating yourself up all the time, get in a habit of saying, I am growing, I am learning, I am getting better, I am having less anxiety, right? I am surrounded by better people. And it's like you start speaking the reality that you truly want. And this actually takes a while in that healing process of dealing with that, because you don't just like tap into positivity every single second of your life. But when you're aware of the negative thoughts or the things that are popping up in your mind, you are actually putting awareness that you know what is going on. So that is a good framework to do to help you kind of tap in to know how to change that so you can change your reality, right? So those are just like some of the healing techniques that I have found to be extremely helpful, and definitely surrounding yourself with people who don't bring out anxiety in you, which is why I kind of reflected back to curating that feed, that social media platform, right? If somebody brings you anxiety, they just do. It's okay. For the sake of your health, you may need to mute them for a while. You may need to unfriend them for a while. You may need to disconnect, because obviously there's something in that energy or whatever it is, whether it's not even a person, just something that you see, right? It's not helping you. Now, I've had friends that say like, oh, I've had anxiety when I'm getting ready to talk or speak or something like that, right? And that's obviously like indicating that the throat chakra is blocked, right? There's something that you're not able to communicate. And so the best way to start with that is to journal, is to start communicating that way. Then maybe actually just talking to yourself, having conversations with yourself. It doesn't make you crazy to talk to yourself, you guys, not at all. Like that's how you actually figure things out, right? And then putting yourself in the position to talk to someone in a safe place. That's why we said the people around you are really important. If you're unable to communicate to the people around you what you're feeling, that's a clear indication that that is a big part of what's blocking you. and you don't want to feel blocked. You don't want to feel trapped in what you do. So take it in those steps first, and give us some feedback. Let us know if these things are working for you. I found that they worked for me. I've taught them to other people. I definitely believe in meditation, not saying that you have to sit there with like your hands crossed, but meditation can be in the forms of maybe listening to like worship music or uplifting, music, or maybe sound waves that heal your brain. There are actually sound waves that can heal and transform your brain while you're sleeping, while you're awake, while you're working out. Maybe it could be writing, maybe it could be singing, maybe it can be dancing, like whatever that creative outlet is for you that helps bring peace in you, right? And that's what really like lowers that depression level, lowers that anxiety level. Sorry, guys, lowers that anxiety level within yourself. So it's really good to like tap into the things that do make you feel good as well. And not, if any of you guys heard the story, they say the tale of two wolves, right? Which wolf are you going to feed in the day? There's a bad wolf that it takes all the things that brings them down, doesn't make them happy, stresses them out. And then there's a good wolf who fills himself up with all the good things that makes them feel good. So when it comes to anxiety and depression, think of it this way. If you watch the news and it doesn't make you feel good, you feel like crap afterwards, you feel so sad, you feel drained, then why feed that wolf every day? Why not go look at maybe a positive show of something, or like change that energy for yourself, right? So think of what wolf you're feeding every single day. And when it comes to those bad thoughts or that depression or that anxiety and all that stuff, are you feeding it to yourself? Are you like curating that in your life? Or are you being the person that's saying, this is not serving me right now, I'm going to move that over there and go towards something that's actually serving me? Because a lot of the times we're the ones who keep ourselves stagnant in that anxiety and in that depression because we're choosing to stay in that hole. So that's some of the things that I've learned along my journey. It's definitely been a process. It's not something that happens overnight, but it's something you can work on each day in your life, and then it gets better.
I agree. Those are really good points. Really, really good points. I think that some major things that have also helped me is music. Like you said, it's words. It's being able to communicate. It's being able to. It kind of gives you a structure in a way because you're on tempo. You're on the beat, and you're just speaking, and it's unlocking that chakra, like you said. So music helps a lot. Sports and exercise help me a lot. Just it's clear you can get into a zone so easily when you just tap into that aerobic system. Your body is just auto mode basically, so it's just going and it's burning and it's using your fat to metabolize that as energy, and you start to feel better. You release endorphins, you release dopamine, and it just all just it feels good after. You're tired, you're fatigued physically, but mentally you feel amazing, and that's is very important. The last thing I would think to say is just to be selfish about it, because who's gonna wake up with you, who's gonna go to sleep with you, who's gonna go through the toughest times with you but yourself. So you have to be selfish with your mental health and every aspect of your life, realistically. So that pretty much wraps it up for episode 7, everybody. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, let us know. YB CEOs official. Till next time, it's love.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.